guys, it's George from Akrosfx and welcome to Monitor Mondays. It's been a long journey, it's been quite a long journey, and I might say that for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I've not come your way with Monitor Mondays, not because of anything, but I got some small groups from Roberts, okay, and I had to regroup and come your way with beautiful content. I don't want to waste so much time with lots of talk. Straight away, I want us to break the chart. I want us to break the chart with these two technical analysis, and do not forget with the fundamentals. It's very important you do not forget the fundamentals. All right. So without much ado, quickly we come to what's the name? Yeah, this is it. This is it. I want to look at cable, which is GBP USD. I want to look at Euro USD. Then I want to look at gold and probably GJ. So that is what's up. Basically, that's it. So let's look at how this thing fell. Quickly, let's go to gold. My go-to favorite pair. Last 2 weeks, I was kind of expecting. If you look at what, uh, let's zoom out a little bit. If you look at this particular level, all right, this particular level, this level of value, I was expecting prices to quickly bounce off here and boom, over to the moon, but unfortunately we didn't see that. So we saw soup, a bearish move to the downside right in between here, so basically a zone. Okay, then onto the upside. So basically that's what happened. It went down further than I thought before going up, and that's basically trading for you. You can't always get it exactly right, so you must always create a room for buffer. All right, so on this very week, I'm expecting gold to quickly rally up to the price of let's say on a weekly time frame. I'm expecting maximum will be 27 or 1782.54, which is this price level, this very price level. All right, so that's my expectation. We're just going to get there. We must go to the dollar time frame to find out. So quickly come to the daily time frame. Zoom out a little bit. So if you look at the daily time frame, look at it. Look at the nice look it has created here, entering into a bullish block. And for those of you who don't understand bullish block, I always say I am running mentorship, one-on-one and group mentorship. So if you're really interested in forex, don't take the path I took 5 years ago where I had to learn it on my own. It's better to find a mentor who knows how to do it, so you can quickly get your way. You can quickly get your way out of that depressing zone, if you will, because forex is a real business that needs real education. Trust me. All right. So after market trying to dip in this particular zone, we are seeing it to the upside. Now, my go-to target. Let's look at something. This is Monday's candle. This is Monday's candle. That's yesterday's candle. Friday, I was in here. I liquidated my position on Monday morning, and this is Sunday. So this is Monday and Tuesday. We are going. All right. So the expectation is to get to this um, broken support, which is going to turn as resistance. This is the level I'm looking at. This is the level I'm looking at. And right from there up to my entry, we are talking about 4,000 pips. Guys, that's worth it. And I'm taking the least position because of my account size, right? So take some one or two gem from it and let's move. If you come to the 4 hour time frame where everything makes clear, you see that market is now creating series of high highs and high lows to the upside. This is the lowest, is the high low. It's going to create another high drop before it continues. And my go-to target will be in this particular zone. Will be in this particular zone. Once market gets into this zone, I'll try to take liquidate some of my positions and watch for a pullback before probably I continue. So guys, that is it on gold. I don't want to go so much further than the 1 hour, the 4 hour time frame. Now 1 hour time frame, everything seems clear. So guys, we move. All right. Quickly, let's look at cable. Let's look at cable. Come to the weekly time frame, guys. For cable, right, we have reached a place of real value, and this particular candle, for those of you who have studied candlesticks, this particular candle is a sign of a pullback. Okay, if you really know this candle, comment down below in the section, let me know you know your stuff. All right, then this particular candle is a sign for me for the market to keep dropping. All right, but remember, when you are selling in cable, you must understand that it's just a pullback because institutions have changed their move from being bearish, overall bearish, to bullish. They are now starting building bullish positions. So I wouldn't be surprised market drips all the way to 135 again before we quickly move to the upside. So reduce your risk for the risk of setups. Reduce your risk for the risk on setup. Sorry, for the risk on setups. All right. So I was trying to go long. In fact, I did went long yesterday, but I got stopped out with about 20, 30 pips, yeah, on two positions actually. So if you come to the weekly time frame, this is what the weekly time frame says. Let's look at it. Weekly time frame last week was bullish, and the expectation is to continue to the upside. I'm expecting market to go test the price of 1.4070 before it drops. But just yesterday and today, it's really dripping hard in the lower time frame. So I want to stay out of this particular pair for pullback before I trade it. And mind you, all you need is one pair to master. That's all. You don't need a lot of pairs. There again, some gems in there. You don't need a lot of pairs. All right. So if we come to the daily time frame, you will see that market is creating. This is the high. It created this high somewhere last week. That is 24th of last month, rather 24th of November and the 24th of February, and it is now dripping down. Okay, this low here is very, very, very important. We have to all watch out of this particular low right here. We expect this low, if market is going to drop down, this low has to be broken. we need to clear this low. Liquidities are below this low, right? And so we need to clear this low before we go on the downside. If we break this level, we are reaching all the way to this side, right? So watch out. But then this is the daily time frame. You're going to take some couple of days, maybe a whole week, for it to drop and possibly here before we move to the upside. So you have to be very careful. So in going forward this week, you must be very careful in trading going long. In going long or going bullish on cable, which is GBP, GBP USD, GBP USD. So in the 4-hour time frame, you see the zones that I have marked right here, right here. We are in the middle of a range bound market in the 4-hour time frame. So there are a lot of things that's going to go on here. I'm expecting market to keep ripping and break down, take this low, form a new low before I go wrong. But until then, I will not really be going on a bullish run. Why? Because I got stopped out yesterday on bullish. So it indicates that market really wants to break down. So I do not want to take the opposite side of it because of my system I'm using to trade. I'm a disciplined trader, so I'm always trying to find a way to keep bettering my skills and psychology and risk profile and stuff like that. Trading is a very disciplined act. If you don't have that act, trust me, no matter how much you start with, you're going to blow everything and come back to zero. Alright, so guys, that's it for cable. Quickly, a lot of people don't understand why I don't use trend lines. I'm not against trend lines, but I'm just trying to say trend line does not move the market, just like technicals does not move the market. It's the fundamentals that move the market. If you understand your price levels and the market structure, you don't really need trend line to tell you this, that, double, a whole lot of retail theory out there, and I'm not against it. If it works for you, fine, but for me and my student, I don't really want us to stick to trend lines and stuff like that. Once a while I put in trend lines just for the beginners, but I do not expect you guys to rely on trend line, because sometimes trend line can be deceptive. Right, so this week, okay, so this is the trade for the entire week. Last week we saw last week strong bullish, about 200 pips. The market has now dropped into 50% of what it did last week. So the expectation is to continue to this side from here to all the way here. But the way I'm seeing the trade, it might not necessarily have to go here. It will probably descend down because we are seeing some bearish block rejection somewhere here. So probably it's on 60% to 70% likely to drop down before we go. So Friday high created here, and it's not willing to continue to go up again. So it will gradually break down all the way to this level, probably come here before we move up. Alright, so that's it for cable. Let's go to GJ, my all-time favorite pair. Now GJ and cable has some level of correlation. If you come to the weekly time frame, you could see a psychological level, and this level I do not expect traders, especially we traders, to go on aggression. Do not be aggressive, guys. Where market has gotten to in a higher time frame, it's very important you pause and see what the market is trying to do before you jump on board. All right, before you jump on board, before you jump on board. All right, so that's it. For the weekly time frame, you can see the levels I'm drawing. I'm drawing important psychological levels, and these are the levels that I'm looking at for as a place of value to go long in the future. All right, so market has really been strong since February. No, since I think how many months? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5 months now. So this was somewhere in November. November market started doing wonderful moves. Up to now, it's been over 1,526 pips. That's huge. GJ, yeah, that's huge. So the expectation is for price to drop a little bit down, then we move to the upside. So all these levels are place of value that we need to look at for in the future. But guys, like I said, it's going to be a bullish year, so I do not want you to be so fixated on the bearish side. Some of the gems I always put out there is that you always have to wait, take one side of the market. Don't be selling at the same time buying. That is it's going to be a plague on your mind and your psyche as a newbie. You're really going to struggle in doing that because you don't really understand the structures and the order flow in the markets properly, and you are now also trying to build your technicals so hard and so strong. In doing that, you have to make sure that you are not focused on the money. You are focused on your plan. That is the most important thing. And if you are focused on your plan, the best thing to do is to stick on one side of the market and let it play as and when you get confident enough. Now you can now be more flexible with your system. All right, so quickly, this particular week I do not really expect bullishness in GJ because of where market has gotten to. So if we look at history wise, we've been tested. The current price level that it is currently was tested, was once very important, 2017 come to 2018. Yeah, 2017, you have 10th of December 17, then 15th of April 18, then it never got there again, and it's currently now here 2021. That is 21st of March 2021. It is 21st of March, 7th of March 2021. Guys, so that's the level. So the expectation is to get to this particular price level before we do some pullbacks before anything else. We do some pullback before anything else. Hello, mommy. Good morning. Yes, I just came. I'm doing some videos. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry about that. So, all right, let's move on. So basically, this is it. This is the level. This is the level that market has gotten to in GJ that we have to do some pullbacks. All right, so go to the daily time frame. You can see clearly. We see clearly that market is about to drip down into this very block that was created. So it's a sell for me in GJ, and that's about 300 pips right there. So guys, just be careful, reduce your risk, and go in big time. Reduce your risk basically. That's what I'm just trying to say. So we're expecting some bearishness, and most often than not, cable and GJ has some level of correlation. Alright, so quickly that'll be it. I'll come your way with fiber and Euro USD in another video. So guys, stay tuned and stay safe. Not every day is a trading day. Follow your plan and build a very strong psychological mind in going forward this week. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe and peace.